Hi, I'm Victoria Gallagher with HipDoc.com. Welcome back. I help business owners and entrepreneurs just like yourself who want success in their business to have success in their business that they deserve and that they want without all the struggle. Today, I want to talk to you about what it's really like to be a successful entrepreneur. As someone who 100% has made my living for the past 20 years in an online self-help business, people are always really surprised when I tell them what I do to make a living. And on the other hand, I'm always really surprised when I hear other hypnotherapists or people in the self-help field or life coaches tell me that they have a day job and this isn't what they actually do full time. That always surprises me. So today, I thought I'd break up a couple myths about working for yourself, running a successful business, being an entrepreneur, because it's my mission to help you to break through all the mental barriers, the psychological barriers to success, and finally to help you to get in alignment with the dreams and the goals that I know you have for having a successful career in a business that you love. So why am I doing this? Why not just take everything that I know and apply it only to me and my business? Well, because before I started my own business 20 years ago, I took a lot of self-help personal development courses. And I'll never forget this one course that I took. The teacher, the facilitator, asked us this question. It was profound. This moment was just profound for me. She just said, if you had all of your needs met, if you had enough love, if you had enough money, if you had enough food, if you had enough energy, if you had enough time, etc., etc., if you had everything 100% fulfilled, then what would you do with your life? And I said, well, that's a pretty easy answer for me. I said, if I had everything working perfectly in my life and everything was 100% fulfilled, then it would be my mission in life to help everybody else have that. And so then, of course, the next obvious question was, since you're never going to be 100% in every area, because our whole life is to expand and to grow. And so once you have one need fulfilled, you're always going to have another need to fulfill. So it doesn't even make any sense to wait until those things are all 100% working in place and fulfilled, because you're never really going to have all your needs met. So why wait? Why not start helping other people to achieve their desires now? And so that's what I did. And that's why I got into the business that I'm in, because I really love helping people to succeed. And I really just have a little bit more of an affinity, I'll be honest. I help people with a lot of things, but I've found over the years I have a lot more of an affinity toward helping other people with their career success. I don't know, I just get little juiced up about that. Just partly, I get frustrated when I hear people talk about how miserable they are in their job or how disappointing it can be, trying to start a business. And, they make a very meager start, but they don't actually take it to the point that they really could be making a difference in other people's lives with their business. And I just really believe that everyone should be happy and fulfilled doing exactly what they love, just the way that I do. It just seems like everyone should be doing that. And so, I just love knowing that I can be that someone for you and others that inspires you toward that. And we have a velvet visit back there, which is always really special. So I want to break up these myths. I want to talk a little bit about the 10 myths of being an entrepreneur. So the number one thing is that successful entrepreneurs became a success overnight. You hear a lot about these people that just became an overnight sensation. And, first of all, I've had a lot of overnights before that happened, but, what we do in between, I spent a lot of nights, night after night after night, working toward becoming a success. But, the truth of the matter is that you hear about people that became an overnight success, but more often than not, you only heard about them after they put 20 years behind the scenes, and they were nobody until one day it just, they became known. And so that's kind of a myth. Myth number 2 is that entrepreneurs are high risk takers. Sure, being an entrepreneur does have its risk, but so can getting out of bed in the morning, so can walking down the street, so can driving, everything. There's risks in living. And so, what are you going to do? Just, sit in your house and play it safe all the time. And so I make my choice to, take the risks that are actually taking me to where I want to be in this planet. So number 3, you have to be perfect. And if that were true, then all entrepreneurs would be as rare as unicorns. No one is perfect. And so you don't have to have everything all, ducks all lined up in a row before you just do it. You just gotta, do it, perfect or not, because no one is perfect. And you're never going to be perfect. And it shouldn't be a goal that you try to strive for. Number 4, entrepreneurs are born that way. Well, I have never really come across a biography of an entrepreneur that said I was born with a master plan in my hand, and because most people really do learn this. This is a learned skill to be an entrepreneur. It's not something that you either have or you don't have. I don't believe that. I believe that some people have a little bit more of an inclination toward it, maybe because of the path that they've been on, the people that they've met, but everybody can be an entrepreneur. Myth number 5, entrepreneurs are just in it for the money. They're just, money hungry. And that's not true. We also find cat videos to be pretty funny. Get motivated by lots of things. My main motivation, I'll tell you, when I first started as an entrepreneur, I was a highly paid, successful stockbroker making a 6-figure income, and I was on my way to 7 figures back then. And I traded that to make literally, I said, I don't even care, if I make just barely make ends meet. I just want to do what I love doing, because why should you spend 8 hours or 10 hours or however many hours of your day getting ready to do something or doing something all day that you don't really love? So it's not about money, although money, you are more in control of how much money you may end up making. That is for sure, but it's not just purely for money. You have to be an extrovert to be an entrepreneur, because, being an entrepreneur, you will, you're your salesperson, so you have to promote yourself, but that does not necessarily mean that you are an extrovert. As a matter of fact, most entrepreneurs that I have met are actually very shy. They're introverts. I happen to be very shy. It takes something for me to put out these videos and put this content out and get in front of people. I'm definitely a little bit more shy and reserved and introverted, but you learn to overcome those things. Number 7, you have to be super intelligent. All right. You have to have a college degree. Well, there's plenty of entrepreneurs out there that you can look for proof out there pretty easily that you don't have to be that smart to be an entrepreneur. You know what you really have to have is passion. You have to love what it is that you're doing. You have to have a mission, kind of like me. Myth number 8 is that you would make a better boss than the boss you have. And that is definitely not true. I will tell you that every boss that I've ever had is much nicer to me than I have been to me on many occasions. I can, be a little bit of a slave driver to myself. So the thing is, if you think you're micromanaged now, wait till you are your own boss, breathing down your own neck over that email that you haven't answered yet. So it's definitely, you're going to be harder on yourself than any boss has ever been to you. But it's a good thing, Myth number 9 is it's too late by the time you reach a certain age. Some people, for some people that might be 30, for some people that might be 40, for some people that might be 50, for some people that might be 60. And, the thing is, I thought I was way past my prime when I was already 16 years old, right? So, you can, and here I am at 50, as a successful entrepreneur. And I got my start when I was about 28. But the thing is that, it's all a perception. You really have to just, get that whole age thing out of your mind, because age is in your mind. And finally is myth number 10 is that you will be happy when you're finally fill in the blanks. Successful, when your business is finally up and running, all of this, putting off your happiness until, that's a bunch of crap, because you're always going to fulfill little goals, big goals, and then there's going to be what's next. And so if you wait till you fulfill this goal to be happy, then you're going to be waiting a long time, perhaps never find happiness. You have to find happiness now and allow the success to be attracted to and drawn toward that happiness. Now, if you really want to start to break through some of these psychological barriers that hold you back from your achieving success in your own business, then there's steps that you can take to do that. These steps have been tried and true and tested by the most successful entrepreneurs in the whole wide world. There's actually 13 principles to be exact, but I'm going to share in this video today just 3 basic principles or steps that you could take right now, because I don't want to overwhelm you in this one video. So step 1 is you have to have a desire. You've got to want it. Nothing's going to happen unless you want it bad enough. If you have an interest or if you have a preference for being an entrepreneur, that's not enough. You have to really, this has to be something you're absolutely committed to. It's got to come from you. Nobody else can tell you what you should be or what you should want. It has to come from within you. So step 1 is, do you want it? The desire. Step 2 is faith. You've got to believe that you can have it. That is probably, those 2 steps really do fit together pretty well. If you don't know what you want and you don't believe that you can have what you want, then nothing is ever going to happen. So having faith and believing in yourself is absolutely the key to having success. So that's step 2. Step 3 is one of my favorites, because it's what I've been doing and trained to do for a living now for the last, I always say 20 years. It's, pretty close to 20 years. It'll be 20 years in February that I'll be celebrating my 20-year anniversary of becoming a hypnotherapist back in 1999. So step 3 is autosuggestion, otherwise known as, reprogramming your mind, reprogramming your limiting beliefs. You've got to get the support of your subconscious mind on your side. I always also remember that Joe Vitale from The Secret, by the way, I interviewed him on my Facebook Live, and he's also going to be on the Power of Your Mind podcast pretty soon. But he said from The Secret, the universe loves speed. And so I want to talk about acting on what it is that you came here to do. What that means to me is that if you have a desire, you need to act on that as soon as possible. The law of attraction is always sending you clues as to what step you need to take next. And if you don't immediately act on these signs, it's kind of like you're basically shutting down the law of attraction. And then that isn't ever going to work for you. Because if you don't have faith in what the law of attraction is telling you, what the universe is telling you, the signs, the intuition, if you're not acting on your instincts and the things that life is showing you that you need to do, then you're just, shutting that down, and eventually you won't get any more signs. So if you don't start taking action on reprogramming your mind for success and growing, and starting your business today, then chances are you're not going to do it. I mean, that's just a fact of life. If you're not willing to do it today, there's no such thing as tomorrow. You need to do it now. Otherwise, what's going to happen is you're going to wake up 10 years from now wishing that you would have started 10 years ago. And then you're going to have even more reason to put it off, because now it's 10 years later. 10 years of your life has passed by. So you've got to do it in the moment that you're thinking about it. Otherwise, you're just going to forget about it. And a lot of people, they wait for this lightning bolt to hit them, some big epiphany, that's going to happen that like surges through them, that's going to make them do it. And that nothing's going to make you do it. You have to do it, and you can't wait around, because the truth is nothing in your life is ever going to change until you start taking action now. Procrastination is just an agreement that you've made with yourself. It's just a habit. And the best time for you to break that old habit is right now. And so when I talk about that, I help other business owners and entrepreneurs like yourself to have breakthroughs in their limiting beliefs and achieve success in their business. As you can imagine, after doing this for 20 years, I've gotten pretty good at that. I've taken thousands and thousands of my clients through my trainings, my courses, and my programs, and they've achieved positive results. So the next obvious question that most people have at this point is usually something like, Victoria, can you coach me? Can you work with me one-on-one? Can you help me, please? And while it is my mission to help everyone, there's just not enough time, not enough hours in my day to help everyone on an individual basis who wants my help. And quite frankly, my rates have gotten pretty high for a personal session with me. So it's really not affordable for the average person to see me for the number of sessions that you really need in order to get the breakthrough that you are looking for. So that's why I have created a course that takes place online. And you can do this course any time of the day that works for you, because it's always there. It's online 24 hours a day. And you can also, because it's an online course, you're able to re-watch the training and go through it, which you wouldn't be able to get if you're just, doing a session with me. So it's really a smart way to do it, because you can go through it at your own pace, as slowly or as quickly as you like. So in my next video, I'm going to be sharing with you just a little bit about some of the results that people have been achieving from my programs. But here's what I want you to do right now. Just so you get a lot of value here today, I want you to, number one, take out a pen and paper and get in touch with your desire, your why. Why do you want this? Write a whole page about that. Just do that right now, automatically, like automatic streaming consciousness is the best way to write, because it's going to put you in touch with your creative self and tap into resources you didn't even know. So why do you want it? Just write about that. Allow yourself to cry, allow yourself to laugh, allow yourself to just write, and just take 5 minutes and do that. Put your whole heart and soul into it. Get your head out of the way. Number two, I want you to post a summary of what you just wrote about in your why. Just like tell me why in the comments here. Number 3, I want you to share this video because this is valuable information here, right? So click like, share this video wherever you like to share things. I'd love to see it, that you've shared this on Facebook or Twitter or wherever that's coming from abundance. So share this with other people. And number 4, finally, I just want you to make sure that you watch tomorrow's video where I'm going to share about some real successes from people that have been using my products and working with me in my trainings and my programs. So once again, I'm Victoria Gallagher, wishing you a success-filled day. I'll be talking with you soon. Bye.